Hello and welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today we are going to dive into talking about two of my favorite planners and both of them in their horizontal layout. So we have Erin Condren horizontal. This is her 18-month planner in case you want to know for thickness wise. This is her 18-month which started in 2017 but will go through the entire year of 2018, and this one is InkWELL Press's horizontal. This is their calendar year for 2017. This is just 12 month. All right, I've decided to just start on the page layout. Let's start there. Okay, this is Erin Condren neutral. So Erin Condren, in case you don't know, has a colorful spread and a neutral spread. I only have her horizontal and neutral. So, but I do have her vertical and colorful, so you can check that out in some of my other videos if you want to know what the colorful looks like. It's just throwing it onto this spread. So I do have a colorful neutral comparison of my two Erin Condren. It's just the other one, the colorful, is a vertical. Okay, InkWELL Press calls their horizontal layout their flex layout, and they call it flex because there are tiny dots, one right there and one right there on each page to guide you if you want to draw a line down the middle. Many people like to divide that box out, and in fact, when I used this for planning earlier this year, this was my main planner, and I did divide that box out. I tried it out both ways. I think I ended up liking it not divided better, because the thing I loved about horizontal was having more room to write things out, so you didn't have to squeeze like one or two words. Let's find where I didn't divide it. I divided it on a lot of pages. Let me try to find a planning page where I didn't divide it out. Well, I'm not sure if I can find one, but there's one day I didn't divide out that I planned in. So you can divide it out, and actually even divide it out, this column is wider than almost any vertical planner you can get. So even divide it out, it's awesome. All right, so that's why they call it flex, because there's so many options. Some people use this for like work and home, but you can use it for more than just work and home. I just divided up my to-do list that way. So there's so many ways you can do that. But with those tiny dots, it helps guide you down to divide it easily. Whether you just want to draw a line like I did, or you want to use washi tape, which some people do, or little stickers that they make that are exactly the right length to fit right in here in each box. So some people could divide some days, like if there's some days they work, then they might draw a line because that would be a work and home day. But if there's some days they don't work, they wouldn't leave a line drawn out. So I've seen that too. Okay, I want to show you the difference in size though, because you can just tell by looking at it. InkWELL Press uses all of her page real estate for your layout to write in your daily tasks. Erin Condren uses a lot of her page real estate for the header at the top, and also spaces in between each box. Now I love the way her neutral looks, but for really my daily planning, I like having more room. So I just wanted to lay this out and show you. Her box is about 1 3/4 inches long. And her box is even a tad bit over 2. So you're definitely getting, more width there. And in length, we're going to about 6.5 in Erin Condren. And we're going to about 6 3/4, and it goes all the way into the rings in InkWELL Press. So clearly you are getting more writing real estate for people who really are functional planners like myself, as you could tell back here, and who really need the space to use it for functional planning. Just, you want more room. Okay. Another thing I absolutely love about InkWELL Press is her 3 boxes. Now you do get this one box from Erin Condren, but it's not nearly as much room as you can tell. people use these boxes for so many different things. What I used them for was for my go-tos for the day. If we had any appointments, or like if my son's pickup time at school was going to be different that day because he was staying after for, an orchestra rehearsal or something. Anywhere that was time-wise was going to get into my day and make it different. So appointments or someone coming to our house or him staying after school, those went right there. And that way it was so easy to look at my day, even the mess that my planning becomes. And I could just look at those 3 boxes. And whether there was one thing or 2 things there or 3, I could tell real quick, like what our day was going to be like and what I needed to check out. Now, I could use this box for the same thing, but it's much, much smaller. And so I would have to write tinier, and I would have to just draw lines to divide my events. Like if we had a doctor appointment, and then if I needed to pick up my son late at school, and then if we had an appointment with a roofer for an estimate, like I would have to draw my lines out for that. Whereas in here, I did not have to draw any lines. As you can see, I used their lines. And so I could tell how light or heavy appointment based my day was going to be. And for those that don't know, I am a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool one of my children, my youngest. My other son is in public school and always has been. But so my day is very much ruled by if I have any appointments. So everyone's different. Some people use those boxes for working out, tracking fitness. Some people use them for meal planning or working out and meal planning. Some people I've seen like weather, their workout, and their meal plan, like their dinner. So I've seen that before, weather, workout, dinner. I really love it. I mean, I just love these boxes, period. So those boxes are awesome to me. All right, InkWELL Press, you don't get a choice. Like I said, Erin Condren, this is her neutral, where you only get a teeny bit of color on each month, and I've added Erin Condren stickers onto mine. But you only get a teeny color flag that goes with the color of that month. And Erin Condren gives you a quote there at the beginning of the month. We'll go through that. But you only have a teeny color unless you want to add Erin Condren stickers in. I bought her holiday sticker book, and I added those into this planner. This planner, if you haven't seen any of my other videos about it, I use for photo journaling with my Polaroid Zip printer. So that's what this Erin Condren's used for. I've never actually planned in this Erin Condren design. I have only used it for journaling with my Polaroid Zip printer. And I have whole videos on that if you want to know all about that. All right, but I wanted to give you these 2 planner choices because, I mean, their layout's very similar, and these are 2 really popular planner companies, and they have the 2 of them, the best planner paper, in my opinion, is InkWELL Press. It's 140 GSM. Erin Condren has really upped her paper game this year, and it equates to 118 GSM. It's 80-pound text paper, which is 118 GSM, and so InkWELL is 140 GSM. So they're very close, and they have a different tooth. InkWELL has a little bit smoother tooth, but not slick at all, okay? And Erin Condren has a little bit more, I would say, like absorbent tooth and a little bit, teeny bit of texture. They're both amazing paper though, but not just because of the numbers. If I had to pick writing on one, which one was better and which one felt better, which one didn't show through at all, it would be InkWELL. And so these are 2 very similar planners though. And they're kind of comparable in price. They're both in the $50 range, but Erin Condren, you have choices to add on like a gold coil. If you pick a cover that has gold foiling, that's more like to change her coil color from silver, you have to pay $10 extra. To get any of the foiling, if you pick a foil cover with even a teeny bit of foiling on it, of gold or rose gold, it is $5 extra. So you can quickly add on a lot to your Erin Condren. InkWELL Press just comes with the gold coil, and there's no choice there. Okay, now I do have separate videos on just each one of these planners on their own if you want to see more details out of each one. Right now, I just wanted to show you the comparison of some of the major elements if you were looking at these side by side. Okay, so they both do the same thing as where Friday, Saturday, and Sunday comes on the second page, and then they both have this note section at the bottom. These are Erin Condren stickers once again. Let me try to find a page. You guys, I put so many of the stickers on. I mean, I don't know if I have a note section. Oh, I do have a note section without the stickers way at the back. Yes, yes, yes. So we'll just go to November 2018 instead of 2017 so you guys can see this. Okay, so here's what her notes look like. You can tell that there's absolutely way more room on this planner. Okay, they both write holidays really small, like that's how InkWELL does it. You can see Veterans Day right there. And let me find a holiday in here. This is how Erin Condren does it. Like Thanksgiving is right there. So they both have a holiday in similar ways on their day. One thing I will say is InkWELL Press, you go through a couple of different color schemes for the year. In this particular planner, I don't know how she'll do it next year in 2018, she has 4 color schemes, which she calls from different regions of the U.S. Like one's Sedona, one's Asheville. I can't remember the other ones. So it rotates through those 4. So like here's February. There's what her monthly calendar looks like. So we can compare these. She has a top 5 and a note section, and then your next month laid out there. I like her layout a lot. Then between each month, she has these mission boards and plan and focus and daily habit trackers, which I love. I love InkWELL's in between month goal pages so much better than Erin Condren, and I will show you hers next. Don't worry about that. Is an actual Sharpie big marker. I was just doing a test in here to show that her paper is so thick that honestly a Sharpie hardly shows through. A Sharpie ghosts less in the InkWELL paper than most papers ghost with just normal pen and planners. So I was just doing a fun test with that. So this is my favorite color scheme of hers this month's right here. I think this is called the Asheville one, but I could be wrong. But she just rotates through the 4. I love her mission board. I use it. I don't always use the same words she has in here. Health, home, me time, be social, financial, dream big, and a little quote. I don't always use it with those same words, but I use it to keep track of stuff that month. I love her plan and her focus for the month. It just gives you a page to, keep track of what you're going to work on that month, or just my running important to-do list for that month. I love her daily, monthly habit trackers. You can track 3 habits a month here. You can color in the boxes. You can check them off. You can write like a letter in there for a code. Like when I go to the gym, if I ran a 5K, I would write like a 5 over that. If I just did the elliptical, I would write an E over that. Just an idea. So you write what habit you're tracking up here. And what I love is I love seeing the whole month, because I'm doing weekly habit trackers right now, my passion planner with planning, and that's great, but I love seeing how I did for the whole month altogether. So I will tell you, in any planner that has been in my hands that I've had and reviewed, I don't love any monthly planning page more than InkWELL, and I don't love any paper more than InkWELL. So there you go on that. But let's look at Erin Condren and compare her monthly planning so you can see. Okay, so Erin Condren, here is her neutral calendar monthly spread. It has notes on the side, just like InkWELL, but it's just not divided out into, here's InkWELL again, your notes and your top 5 up here. But it's very similar, and the boxes are very similar sizes. So it's very comparable in that. And I love the way they both look. Both of these use these teeny little dots in their lines. Both of these planners in their monthly spread. Now that's only in the neutral of Erin Condren. Her colorful doesn't use these teeny little dots. But it really makes it have a clean, fresh look. And I love that. Like I said, I added some Erin Condren stickers to my planner here. So but that's the only sticker on this page. Erin Condren puts in moon phases. InkWELL Press does not. They both put in holidays, okay, and things like daylight savings time. And in case you didn't look, this is how holidays look in InkWELLs. So they're both very similar in that. Now, when you go to Erin Condren for her monthly planning page, here's the difference. In between, so your month ends, this, you only get one planning page in between your months in Erin Condren, and it looks like this. It's 4 circles, 2 headers, 2 columns, and 1 big box at the bottom. So you kind of have to figure out what you want to use this for, design it for your life, how you want to use it. I've seen people online use them all different ways. These could be like 4 happy memories from the month. They could be 4 goals from the month. They could be, I've seen people use this whole page for financial budgeting for the month. These can just be, you know, tasks for the month, or you could be listing out like good things that happen that month as it goes to like remember. So it could be more like a memory keeping page in here, or it could be more like your to-do and goal focus page, but you only have one. Whereas in the InkWELL Press, let's pull it back. In between months, let me show you what you have. In between months, okay, when a month ends, you get a notes and ramblings page, which is just a dot grid, 2 pages worth. Then you go straight into your month. The tab is on the month. Same with Erin Condren. This paper is not any thicker than the normal paper in here that the tab's on, but because this is 140 GSM, it is such good paper. You don't need it to be any thicker. You really don't need this on a cardstock page because this is amazing. It works fine on the same paper. So after that, so you do have plenty of room for notes because you have this in between each month. Then you have your new month, and then you have your mission board for that month. And here's one month that was partially used so you can kind of see how my habit trackers went and how I used my mission board. So yeah, I'm absolutely in love with these months. And then your month starts right off next. So I'm in love with her mission board and her habit trackers in between the months there. So Erin Condren is on a cardstock, and you have a quote to start you off every month, okay? And her page is on a cardstock, but the next page is not. So then it goes back to the normal paper. So, okay, those are the main differences of what you get. What else is different about these 2 planners? Since there's so much in the same price range. Erin Condren, you guys all know. Well, first of all, I didn't pick a fancy frou-frou cover because this is our family journal, and I have 2 boys. So if it was going to be passed on to them sometime in our lifetime, like when I die, if they ever want it or their wives want it, I didn't want it to like be all flowery. And so I picked a favorite quote from my favorite hymn, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, and I put that on the front in their typewriter font. So yeah, I mean, it's not a super fun cover, but it's our family journal. But you all know with Erin Condren covers, they can come off. And so if I wasn't in love with this cover, I could just buy a new one from her and put it on. You know that Erin Condren covers come with dashboards on the inside that you can write on, but that they are laminated. Even though it's really hard lamination, it is only lamination, right? And they come with the coil spiral, okay? InkWELL Press comes with a very hard chipboard cover. It is very hard. In the planners that I have, the only one that is harder than this is Get to Workbook. It's thicker, but this is so thick. I mean, this, there is no way you can do anything to that. So it gives you a hard backing to write on when you're writing. They all come with a gold coil and gold coiling on the front for nothing extra. And I love this hexagon design on the inside cover. It's just really classy. It's pretty, classy. And you also get, InkWELL comes with a band for your planner that fits really nicely around it. And if you don't want to use it, then you just stick it inside the back cover like I had mine. So that's really helpful. If you're going to be throwing your planner in your bag a lot, Erin Condren, you have to buy a separate band from her. You have to buy a pack of like 3 bands for something like 10 bucks or 11 bucks. And then the band's not hooked on. InkWELL Press comes with a ruler. So does Erin Condren. I'll try to see if I have the Erin Condren ruler in here. Yeah, I do, somewhere behind me. InkWELL Press's ruler is cool looking, but To me, it's not a great ruler, if you want to be honest. That's probably the only thing I can say InkWELL Press could improve upon. Is their ruler's not like amazing to me. It's really flimsy, and so if you try to turn to that day, it's not something really hard to use. But InkWELL Press comes with this accordion pocket at the back, which is amazing because their little sewn journals that InkWELL Press sells fit perfectly in here. So if you needed to carry around a little notes book with you, their sewn journal fits perfectly in here. And I have several of their sewn journals and absolutely love them. InkWELL Press comes with this really hard pocket. There's an extra ruler from another planner. It's a good pocket on both sides, really usable on both sides. So InkWELL has more functional pockets. I'll show you the Erin Condren. The Erin Condren back pocket is really cute, but not really usable. So InkWELL has great pockets if that's important to you. They also show you the next year at a glance. I just love all their fonts. Everything about InkWELL is classy. And then at the end of InkWELL, you get these awesome, and they even do a tab for you to find a note section with her gridded graph paper. And at the top, you have a date and a subject for everyone. And I just love that. I love her gridded graph paper. It's the same thing that's in her sewn journals and her spiral journals. And I love this paper. So you get several pages of that. In InkWELL, you also get extras. You get a gift list, which I think is really helpful to have in there for the year and keep track of, like, even when you think of ideas, it's shopping for ideas, item purchase, and money spent. I love this page. Obviously, I haven't utilized it well, but I want to. I love it. This is a travel page, which has enough for 3 trips for like hotel, airline, all that, which I haven't ever utilized on our trips either, because you usually just keep that information in the confirmation emails they send you. But if you're a real paper person and like to write that down, that would be good. You have maybe movies you want to watch coming up and books to read. I like those ideas too. I actually keep those in a separate little everything journal so that it's not gone when the year's over. But this is a place to jot them down. You have a monthly bill tracker, which I have not used because I really don't need it, but I like the function of it. It's just every month, and it has your electric, phone, water, and then leaves you 3 more spaces. And it tells you the amount, when's it due, and if you paid it, you check it off. I think the function of it is perfect. And I even thought about it because all our bills are paid automatically, even our electric and our water. But I thought about I should really keep track of the amounts and write them in, because I would actually like to see just how it looks for the year. Since they're all paid automatically, I don't have that on paper. Like, what is it looking like every month? So that is an overview of InkWELL. I guess I need to show you the beginning section. In the beginning, you have a plan ahead important dates. So you have every month of the year, little flag. You can use it for anything you want. It doesn't have to be anniversaries and birthdays. You know, it can just be like, it could be home improvement projects planned throughout the year. Or it could be big bills that you need to pay throughout the year. I keep track of that somewhere else, but something like this would be perfect. Like what months, you know, my HOA is due in 2 months of the year, and we pay our car insurance 2 months out of the year, and we pay our life insurance 1 month out of the year. So those big chunked bills I thought would be really awesome to have here, like sitting out, and you could see like, oh, well, in March, the HOA is due. You know, in May, the car insurance is due, and how much that is written here so that it stands out to you. That's just the way I've thought to use it, since I don't use birthdays and anniversaries, writing those in on these. And then you have a really nice goal setting page. You have a 2017 mission, and then think of your personal, social, financial, health, home, dream big goals. And then she's telling you, so it matches the color that's over here. You break it down by in 3 months, what can you do to work on each one of those goals? By 6 months, what do you want to have done for those goals? By 9 months, and by 12 months. I really actually love this page, even though I haven't used it. But maybe I will make that a goal for next year. And then you have your 2017 laid out, and then it starts in January. There is so much I love about InkWELL. You can tell I'm excited to talk about it, and I can't wait to see what her 2018 looks like. Okay, So in Erin Condren, let's go through what you get. You get your pretty vellum page in the beginning. It's two just completely different styles. Both great planner companies. Both, I love both of the companies. And I just, I love both planners for different reasons. They're completely different. You get a lot of motivational quotes in Erin Condren. And then you get your yearly layout. This is what hers looks like in the neutral. Your whole year at a glance. And then she says, don't call it a dream, call it a plan. Instead of labeling these boxes by month, she just gives you the boxes, choose whatever you want. And I love that because that way I could use it for the bill thing, like I mentioned in the other one. But if they're not labeled by month, I can use it for tons of other stuff too. So that gives you an open door. Then you have your plan page for July and you go right into it because this was the one starting in July, the 18-month planner. And so that's all you have in the beginning of Erin Condren. In the back of Erin Condren, when you end here, okay, I have some stuff taped in there, but you have a tab that says notes. You get note pages. They're just plain lined, but you only get about 3. Then you get dot grid note pages with her painted petal design on it. And you get about 4 of those. And then something new this year, she put in coloring book pages. It's not something I would probably use, but I guess for people who would like that, or if you have a little girl who would like that. And then I love this page. This is a necessity in every planner, in my opinion. The next year laid out with every calendar month and little lines and dots below it. So when I have upcoming doctor appointments to schedule or, big events, someone's wedding, but I don't have my next year's calendar, but I have this, you write it in here and it's all planned, shows you for the next year and even a box in the coming year. And then when you get your new calendar, you can fill it in. So I think that's a necessity in every planner. She has this pocket, which is okay. The design, you can fit stuff in it. Mostly it doesn't fall out. This pocket is beautiful. Chase your wildest dreams with the rose gold, but it is not functional unless you want to stick something very tiny in there like an index card for real. Even a piece of paper folded half over does not stay in here well. It's just too short. The scalloped edge is beautiful and the foiling is beautiful, but just not quite as functional. Okay, so as you can tell, I really love both these planners for different reasons. And I hope that this might have helped you to decide if you've been looking at either one. If you want more details on one or the other, I have videos just on each one also. And I will try to remember to link those below for you guys. All right, I hope you guys have a great day and happy planning, my friends. Until next time, bye-bye.